What is going on, NPL fans? My name is Frosty, aka the Alpha Lycanroc, and today I'm bringing you our week 3 NPL matchup. It is coming up a little bit late. I'm sorry, my entire family has been sick this last week, so I just now am finally getting some free time to record this. Let me fix the microphone real quick. So let me fix this. There we go. Okay, so I'm finally now getting some free time to finally record this. But so we had this battle last week, and but I'm just gonna go over kind of the team I decided to bring, and then I will go right into the match and show you guys kind of what happened. Also down in the description below will be my opponent's YouTube channel with his side of the match and what's going on with that. So my opponent this week was, for week 3, was the Salazzin Salazles. Sorry, because I almost had it set there for a second on the week 4, which I'm going to be recording right after this. So week 3, we faced the Salazzin Salazles, and they had actually a very good team. That consists of Tapu Fini, Landorus, Mega Scizor, Reuniclus, Dragonite, Kamala. It says Halucha, but it actually is Mienshao now, so he did change it to Mienshao the week before this. Sneasel, Weezing, Raichu, and Magmortar. Biggest threats on the team to me that I'm pretty sure it's going to be that Mega Scizor. I definitely did plan for that Mega Scizor because I know that it is it puts in work against my team, so I definitely need to make sure that Bullet Punch doesn't happen to me. So that is his team. Right now I'm going to show you the team that I brought. First, I'm going to start off with Cynthia, our Garchomp. This is a Life Orb, Rough Skin, Swords Dance set. So it's a very damaging set with Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Poison Jab, and Swords Dance. So +2 Swords Dance does major work against the team. It also gets around the Intimidate Landorus as well. So most of it, Earthquake doesn't touch. Dragon Claw is pretty much going to be the bread and butter move to hit, as long as Tapu Fini doesn't come in, but that's what Poison Jab is for. +2 Poison Jab eliminates a fully defensive that. So next we have Whitney, our Miltank, which is just a thick fat version to basically take on Sneasel. It is my switch into Sneasel all day every day. Stealth Rocks, Thunder Wave, Milk Drink, and Body Slam. Full defensive version, as like I think Icicle Crash barely does like 40% to this thing. If I don't even think it does that, I don't even remember. So next we are bringing Tapu Lele. This is going to be our choice scarf, Tapu Lele. This is mainly just as a revenge killer. It is rocking Psychic, Moonblast, Hidden Power Fire, and Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is just a basic stab that hits everything. Moonblast, does damage. So also with that, we are also bringing Alibaba, our Mega Alakazam, which is also rocking Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, Hidden Power Fire, and Substitute. It was actually, I was supposed to change this to Reflect at the last minute, but it just didn't work out that way, so I forgot to change it, so it's not my fault. So basically, full speed, enough speed investments to outspeed anything that doesn't have a Scarf. His fastest Mon on his team without Scarf, so only 216 with some extra EVs into HP to give us a little bit more bulk. So next we have Razzle Ghoul, our Crobat. This is the first week we're bringing Crobat. It's going to have Infiltrator with Brave Bird, Super Fang, Taunt, and Roost. This is a Stall Breaker set, and like I said, enough speed to outspeed his fastest Mon on his team, so we have a lot more in the HP, we have a lot more bulk. So and then lastly, we have One Night Stand with an Assault Vest rocking Fire Blast, Knockoff, Pursuit, and Poison Jab. No priority this week on it. It was either the priority or Fire Blast, and I figure if I can catch the Sizzle on switching with a Fire Blast, this thing does, Fire Blast does, I believe it does around 65%. So that's still really good considering I have no real investments, but Fire Blast is on this thing. And so that's pretty much it. So let me get the game up real quick. Okay, there it is. So here's our match. As you can see, he did bring the Mienshao, he did bring the Sneasel, the Reuniclus. I was planning for the Reuniclus. So pretty much what I was planning for to bring, he brought. And I was not surprised at all. As soon as I saw him drop Mienshao, I had a pretty good feeling that he was going to bring it this week, and he did, because it actually does do things against my my Miltank. So let's get into the match, and we'll start here. So he leaves off Tapu Genie with Tapu Fini. I decided to leave off with Lele to get my Surge up, but he is slower, so he will definitely do that. So I just decided I'm going to switch out, and I am going to go into my counter, which is I'm going to go into Muck, because this thing can eat, and he sets up Life Screen. Now this is a big thing. Here he switches in this store. Light Screen was not good for me. as even even with the switch in, I couldn't touch this thing. It barely does 25% with the light screen up. So I'm like, crap, he's got Misty Terrain and he's got light screen up. So I am in a bad spot, and especially because I don't know at this point what item he's holding. So it could either be 4 or 7 turns. So with this, I think I went for I doubled, and I doubled right back into Salazzles. And here he doubles and he goes into Reuniclus, to which I think I go for the taunt to ensure that it doesn't do Swords Dance because I am faster. Here I can't stay in because if he goes for a Psychic type move, I die. So I go back into One Night Stand as he makes the double and goes back into Scissor, which is a very good move on his part. So I decide I'm going to double back, and I'm going to go back into Salazzles as he does get these Swords Dance and the Mega Evolution off, and now he is going to do some massive damage. So here I just decide the light screen is up, and so he goes for Bullet Punch, and I decide to go for Super Fang to cut him in half. And so I'm getting some HP back. I took a lot of damage there, which I kind of wish I hadn't taken damage on that. Here I bring in Whitney as I know I can take a Bullet Punch at +2. I'm not too really worried about it. I can eat up anything this thing wants to do. Physically to me, even at +2, it barely touches my Meal Tank. But I also noticed that this turn that this light screen is still up for 2 more turns, so he is rocking the Light Clay. So I'm not sure if it's dual screens or not at this point, so I have to assume that it's dual screens and utility to take on whatever it needs to take on. So this one I go for Thunder Wave and I miss. This was crucial because I really needed the Thunder Wave to hit, not just to slow it down, but just for the chances of paralyzation. Paralyzation would have come in very clutch here, so I definitely wanted that, needed that, could have used that. But thinking about it now, I probably should have just set up Stealth Rocks, knowing that he was either going to go for Bullet Punch or get out. So he does end up actually U-turning, which we survive very easily. Like I said, we're very bulky. He goes into Mean Chow, which is the counter for this. I should have gotten off Rocks, as Rocks would have been a very good thing here. And so I switch into the Salazzles, hoping that he misses the high jump kick, knowing that it's coming. I get taken in, and now I see that he is Life Orb, which is very good for me, knowing that this Mean Chow is not faster than my Leia. So I go into Leia, he goes into Tabu Genie and switches the terrains, which is very good moves on his part, but I go for Moonblast just to get some damage off. So I decide I'm going to swap out, and I'm going to go into Muck, as Muck eats this thing all day, every day. He sets up another light screen. That was bad. That was bad. So he goes in here. I just go for knockoff, trying to knock off the light clays, hoping that he would stay in, but I knew he wouldn't. So I go back into Lele to put it here. Now here. With this, I go into Lele. Here's my thought process. He's going to go for the Bullet Punch. I do know that he does have a turn core. So I figure he might go for the Bullet Punch because he might try to knock out my Muck. And so I'm like, crap. So at this point, I'm like, okay, if I can get that, I negate the Bullet Punch and I get him for free. I know I can't even 2-hit KO this thing with the light screen up. So I kind of wish that I had brought Brick Break on Muck, as Brick Break would have gotten around all those shields and I would have broken those instantly, and then I could have forced in the Tapu Fini to try to set them up again and then hit Muck with a Poison Jab. Could have gotten rid of it, but just the way it happened. But Leia takes a lot of unnecessary damage, takes 69% unnecessary, as he does get the switch out and into Landorus. Here, I don't really have anything to switch. I switch in my Whitney. Now, here's the thing. I switch in my Whitney. I know that this thing is probably, at this point, I'm assuming it's defensive. So, I haven't really seen anything except for, I think he turned out before or something like that. So I think at this point I don't know its full moveset. Let me look back here when he brings it in before. He brought it in before, because he brought it in before. No, it's at this point I don't know exactly what this thing is. So I don't know what exactly this thing is. So I could have sworn he brought it in before. I could have sworn he brought this in before. He roosts, Super Fang, Sword Stance. Yeah, no. Okay, so no. This is his first time bringing it in. Anyways, I don't really care. Oops, sorry. Let me fix that up right there. So he brings this in, and I know I can eat an Earthquake or anything, but I can't eat superpowers. But I know I can eat the Earthquake, and I'm expecting defensive Landorus, as I believe the rocks are coming. He goes for Earthquake, and he gets a crit. Now this crit was huge, because if he had not crit me, he would have done 28% max roll, and then I would have recovered 6, which means he would have done 25% max roll. and I would have recovered 6. So I would have been at around 26 to 30%, which means I would have survived the next DQ incoming. I would have milk drinked up, and I would have gotten in for free. Looking at it, I have nobody to eat this. I have nobody to eat these earthquakes. So as it is, I have to sack Whitney at this point because it doesn't matter. She can't switch in on anything. Now with that, my biggest threat is that Weavile, as the Weavile now can sweep through my team very easily. He does go into Reuniclus, as I just go for Sword Stance Cynthia, and here I go for Dragon Claw, which instantly kills the Reuniclus. So I was a little surprised. I didn't think it would not kill it. So he goes into Sneasel. He knows he can scare me out here. He knows he's faster. So I go into Lele just to get the Psychic Terrain up. As he goes for the Icicle Crash, I know it was coming. I'm also trying to burn turns on the light screen, which now the light screen is gone. So I go into Alibaba, and I'm deciding that I'm going to get in, and I am going to Mega Evolve, and I trace the Technician, and I go for Dazzling Gleam just in case he stays in, wants to try to flinch me. He goes for Bullet Punch here. Now here it was a mistake. He said he had forgotten about the terrain, so he was not going to be faster than me anyways. But he went for Bullet Punch, but he said he forgot about the terrain. And he forgot he was under Psychic Terrain, so Bullet Punch did nothing because I was protected. And here I go for Hidden Power Fire and just take it out. So now he brings in the Landorus. I'm like, okay, I think it's defensive Landorus. Here I learned that this Landorus is scarfed, but because of all my HP investments, I survive. And so now he has to sack something off, as he now gets rid of the terrain, which sucks because I could have definitely used it as I go for Psychic here. Here I just decide to go for the middle ground play and go for Dazzling Gleam in case he goes into something else to try to save this thing or whatever it was, but he just decides to sack it off, and he goes back into the Scarf, and he then kills this. He kills my Alibaba. So as it is, Landorus is now pretty much the main hard part of it, as I have nothing else to go. So I decide to go to Muck here. It probably would have been better if I had gone into oh my god, I can't believe I did it. Hold on. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna... sorry about that. I screwed that up. Okay, so yeah, kill that. Okay, hold on. So yes. Alright, sorry about that. I screwed up here. So he goes into Mean Shao. I probably should have gone into Garchomp here, but I screwed up. And I went into Muck, because I know Muck can take 2. It takes 2 to do this, but I could have actually gotten some residual damage off. And probably, because at this point I know I cannot win, not with that Sneasel out there. So I should have gone into Cynthia, as that would have probably put the K. I probably could have gotten the differential down to a smaller differential. But from here we just end up eventually taking a bunch of damage, and we end up getting killed as I go for Poison Jab, but he survives very easily, and I don't get any Poison Touch, which would have been nice, like I said. And even the priority here would have been nice. Oh no, he can't, because he's under Misty Terrain. That's why I didn't realize he was under Misty Terrain. So yeah, he just goes into Blast, and he goes for the Icicle Crash, and he lands it. So as it is, we take a 3-0 loss this week, which does kind of suck. He played very well. The crit on the Miltank definitely did matter. I didn't play my Crobat very well. It was a good set, and definitely would have done well against Feeny. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way. So he does. Congratulations, Token, on the 3-0 victory. I wasn't even mad about. Usually after I lose, I'm kind of mad about how the match went, or if something happened. But I wasn't even mad. I wasn't even mad after this. He played well. I played well. I did what I could. I did switch in on the right thing. Like switching in on the Landorus with my Miltank was the good thing. I took a crit. And there was nothing I could do about that. So we are 2-1 as of the end of week 3. We are at a +3 differential, so we're still actually looking pretty good. As I will go and show you guys the. Oh no, I can't show you guys. But anyways, looking at it, it is it's not bad. So it's very good for us. And but the Miltank going down was definitely a huge thing, as I could have switched in on the Sneasel all day every day, and I could have eventually gotten rid of the Mean Shao via means of Alibaba or Tapu Lele, but it was just bad plays on my part. So I played a couple of ads, and I actually had the extra HP investments, which were very nice. I should have at the last second, when I knew that the Mean Shao was going to go for either a damaging move, I should have swapped in the Garchomp. had Garchomp take it, because with Garchomp's rough skin and the life orb damage, he actually would have died, and I could have gotten the differential down to 2-0. But it was, and then I could have gotten rid of the Mean Shao if Miltank was around. The Miltank walls, both of these, and I could have just body slammed this entire team to death. I could have Thunder Waved, what's his name? I could have Thunder Waved Bless here, and then body slammed it to death, and then I could have just body slammed the other one while healing myself up, and Miltank would have walled the last 2 mons after that. But as it is the way it is. So we are 2-1 this next week, or week 4. We actually just had week 4. So these videos are going to be released pretty much in succession with each other. So this one will be released, and then the week 4s will probably be up not too long, within probably minutes of. I'll probably just release both at the same time. But we do play the Virginia Volcaronas, and they have a very good team, as they have. Sorry, I'm going to the draft list here. Virginia Volcaronas have a very good team. They have Necrozma, Landorus. They have Necrozma and Landorus, which are very, very great mons. He also has Mega Aggron and Whimsicott, which is very, very fast. So he has a very, very well-rounded team. And so I really enjoyed the match with the Virginia Volcaronas. So I will see you guys in the next video, and have yourselves a great day, and stay strong, Wolfpack, alright?